Yes. Oh, yes. We're back. We're back, guys. We are back. Guys, as you walk in, please make sure you hit that like button. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Please make sure you hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. Like always, thank you for tuning in to Chaos Culture Radio. It is Fresh Start Monday. Akeem, Jordan, what's cracking like it? What's cracking like it? What's cracking like it? How was your weekend?
Weekend was good. Hey, I'm gonna tell you, you might be surprised, Ronnie, but I was outside this weekend.
Good. I'm
I was
glad.
outside. I went bowling with my coworkers.
Yay! Did you hit a third strike?
I was killed. Listen, I've never been to a bowling alley before, and
I'm
I swept their ass. I had 76 points on the first one, 90 on the second one.
nice. Glad that you're outside once again. Go ahead, Jordan. How was your
Yeah.
weekend? Do you watch any games? Did you do
Um,
anything?
yeah, we did good. My 5th year anniversary passed with me and my wife. So on
Happy
Sunday,
anniversary.
Happy anniversary.
thank you.
Yes.
So yesterday we went out. We went out to this one place. Oh, actually, we went to the same place we went for Valentine's Day. We went to Niku's. We had like it's like a buffet, and it comes like with a big tomahawk steak and everything. That was good,
Mm.
and it had like all you can eat, where they had like unlimited amount of like crab, king crab, lobster tail, sushi, and also they chef choice. They'll cook like oxtail pasta, wagyu fried rice, just a whole bunch of things. So yeah, we enjoyed ourselves yesterday.
Boy,
We
boy,
definitely.
Jordan, see like on Chaos Culture Radio is paying you well. He said King
Yeah.
Crab. I was
Yeah.
like, you know what King
If I can
Crab
take my family out, yes, that's a good thing. If I can take my family out.
Wow, boy, yeah, that's crazy. And me, I watched a lot. Pretty much, I relaxed. Went to my shout out to my sister's husband. It was his birthday, so we went out. We had a dinner party yesterday. It was nice, nice little restaurant. I think y'all guys been there before. Grand Lux, Grand Lux.
I've
They
been there
never been
before.
there, so we went there. Had a good time. We was there for like I think like 3 hours talking, conversating. So I came, Jordy. I was outside. I was outside as well. And not only that, but I think everybody know second round's coming up, but we're gonna talk about that a little bit shortly. But like always, shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board. Facebook, Instagram, Kick, and also Twitch, guys. Make sure you follow. It's so very important for you guys to follow so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to those that are watching us on Rumble and also X. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this Fresh Start Monday. Like I said, moving on to sports news. Jordan, what's going on when it comes to aspect of the NBA, big dog?
Let's get into it. So we're in the second round of playoffs. So we have on the Western Conference, we got the Thunder versus the Nuggets, and then the Timberwolves versus the Warriors. The Warriors beat the Houston Rockets last night in Game 7 with a win fashion. And then in the East, we have Cleveland and the Pacers. They played yesterday, and Pacers won. The Pacers lead Cavaliers 1-0. And then we have the Knicks and Celtics as they're playing right now. Go ahead, I sent you the playoff bracket and everything. So yeah, the second round is here. I'm gonna start with you, Roddy. What team? Other than the teams that are here, what teams that maybe was disappointed that didn't make it to the second round?
I was disappointed in the Lakers. I thought the Lakers would literally beat the Wolves because I knew the Golden was going to advance. I thought it was going to be Lakers versus Golden. I think that was going to be the highest, most televised show that everybody was expecting, but that didn't happen. Unfortunately, they got let go. So, but everybody that's going to the second round right now in the East, right on cue, I expected everybody to go to the next round. I knew the Heat was not going to go because we don't have no big man. But what's happening right now, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. But to me, the best game of the whole first round was the Nuggets and the
Yeah.
Clippers. That one was like neck to neck. They fought that thing hard. Would they do it again in the second round against the Thunder? Yes. And the one I'm excited to see too, the Knicks, Celtics. That one, another one. It's gonna be boy. That's gonna be the most watched to see. So yeah, well, Hakeem, your thoughts on
Hey,
second round?
I told you that the Knicks was not. I told you that the Lakers wasn't coming in this.
You did. You did say it. You called the Wolves. You did. You keep calling them. You calling
I,
it right.
I tell you, I say that boy running for it. And listen here, the Wolves gonna spank the Warriors.
You called it.
So this gonna look like Timberwolves, Knicks, Timberwolves, Celtics.
Wait, you think they're gonna be? You think they're gonna be golden?
Man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna tell you something about Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler good, but he doesn't have everything what it takes to do that. Not only that, he just got on that team, so they're working, but it's not enough time to be in unison. You feel me? I just think that Anthony Edwards is not playing this year.
How many games, Hakeem? And how many games?
I think about 3. They're gonna
So
win.
golden three.
Yeah. No. Wolves 3. Wolves 3.
You mean
Golden.
Wolves 4?
Yeah, Wolves 4. Wolves 4. Golden 2.
Wow.
You got
Yeah.
6 games. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. For me, yeah, I guess everybody was when it comes to Lakers, everybody was disappointed because I know a lot of NBA experts had the Lakers in 5, but if you saw how the Timberwolves played, the Lakers, they had size. Rudy Gobert, that the last game he played, he had a 20-20 type of game, and he destroyed and everything. And you're right, Hakeem. If you look at Anthony Edwards' history, he just beat LeBron and Luka. Last year he beat the Joker, and then before that he beat Kevin Durant. So when it comes to the Warriors, Anthony Edwards, he's looking on this, displayed the old superstars, slayed them out and everything, had them on the hit list and everything. So yeah, the Timberwolves, like I said, they was in the Western Conference Finals last year, so they have the ability, they have the team to go all the way. I'm definitely excited for that Thunder and Nuggets. I think that series might go 7.
Yep.
I think that's going to be an up and down series. So I'm excited to see that series. I think they play today.
Yeah, they do play today. They play. I think they play
today. So right now the Knicks or Celtics are playing. They're tied right now, and the Celtics, the Cavaliers, the Pacers and Cavaliers. I like the Pacers. They was in the Eastern Conference Final last year. And I think that could go 6 or 7 games. But yeah, I'm very excited for the round 2 of the playoffs.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody watching us all across the board. We really appreciate you guys for tuning in on this Fresh Start Monday. Not that, but shout out to Happy! Barry White is in the building! Shout out to Ashton, the creator of the Shiesty the Avenger, is also in the building. And guys, make sure y'all go and subscribe to the channel because he have a dope show this coming weekend. I believe it's a dating show. I believe so. Ashton, let me know if I'm correct. But I believe it's a dating show. He got some. I forgot what it's called. But I'm gonna look. Ashton, what it's called again? Y'all dating show y'all have going on this weekend with the lovely co-host Mimi. Boy, y'all women have some great ideas over there. Y'all got some things cooking. So guys, make sure y'all go over there and subscribe to the channel. Now that shout out to the lovely Bobby Bryant that's also in the building. That being said, moving along to money. Money make the world go round. Money make our pockets look fat. Jordan, what's going on when it comes to aspect of financial news?
Let's get into it. So we're gonna talk about the housing market. So Trump's FHFA director, he was on Fox Business, and he was talking about in vows to make housing affordable again, and really talk about how bringing back the American dream of Americans to buy houses again. So go ahead, I can play the clip from Fox Business, and then after that, we'll chop it up.
New York Times said, believe it, this was just a few months ago in an article. And part of the problem has, of course, been these starter homes. Now, there's one estimate that says starter homes are now $293,000. They've gone up 7 years in a row. And the average price, we do know, of a starter home, it tops $1 million in 233 cities. $1 million bucks. That was only 85 cities in 2020. But the question is, Is that starting to change here a little bit? Pending home sales climbed 6.1% in March. Now, here's the thing. Wall Street was expecting 1.0%, just 1%, the chart behind me. So that's great news. Unfortunately, the following chart will underscore just how far this number has to go. We are way down there, folks. But my next guest says that with President Trump's leadership, we are making the American dream of home ownership affordable again. I want to bring in now from the White House, Federal Housing Finance Agency Director and Fannie Mae Chairman, Bill Pulte. Hey, Bill, great to see you, my man. You know, these days we'll take any green shoots we get in housing. That pending home sales number was impressive. Is this a start or something?
Well, we've got a long way to go because of what happened the last 4 years. I mean, we've seen tremendous devastation in the housing market, as you know. Inflation was out of control. People couldn't afford homes for the last 4 years. They couldn't afford their rent. President Trump, I believe, is going to get this economy turned around. He's going to get people earning money again. Imagine that. And frankly, I think over the next 4 years, we're going to get the American dream back in this country.
Hey, let's talk quick about how Fannie Mae works. And, you know, there's been a lot of slings and arrows, a lot of anxiety and frustration with the agency.
Well, over the years, as you know, in 2008, they basically went bankrupt. The federal government got involved, and I oversee Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. But what we're going to do, Charles, is we're going to run these things like businesses. The president hired a businessman to go into these companies, turn them around, run them well. And frankly, if we have good businesses, that means we're going to have a safe housing market. And I'll tell you, I believe that these companies are safer and sounder than ever. And we got a lot of work to do, but we'll get it done.
How do you leverage the number? The reason, how do you leverage it? Because first quarter this year, I'm looking at the financials, $76 billion in liquidity to support the housing market. But in 2021, that was $1.4 trillion with the T. That's a huge disparity.
Well, as you know, over the last 4 years, President Trump had an amazing first term. People could afford to buy a home, but in the last 4 years, it's been devastated. So we're reversing it. We're going to fix it. We're going to turn it around. Frankly, Charles, we had 16,000 employees at these companies, and almost 90% of them were working from home. Still, there was nobody in these buildings, Charles. It was crazy. We ordered everybody back to work. People love being back to work. We're going to get mortgages written in this country, and we're going to do it in a safe and sound way, and we're going to get the American dream back.
Hey, Bill, you got a huge following on Twitter. I put out you're coming on the show. I would say overall the number one question was fraudulent FHA loans. Is that something you can talk about?
We are absolutely going to focus on mortgage fraud. Look, there's no room for mortgage fraud. It's crazy. People are saying that they're earning more money than they are, that they live in homes that they don't live in. This stuff has to stop. And as the regulator of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, we can't have a 2008 again. And that's not going to happen under President Trump's leadership. So we are going to fix this housing market. We're going to turn around what's devastated the housing market for 4 years. And people should be able to afford a home in this country, and they're going to be able to do it under President Trump.
Some of this is out of your control, though. You've got the Federal Reserve, you got home builders. Just how much do they have to, play a role in all of this?
Well, they definitely play a role. But remember, President Trump has his arms around the tariffs. He has his arm around taxes. And if there's one person who knows interest rates, which affect mortgage rates, it's President Trump. So I wouldn't bet against the guy. And I think we're going to get this mortgage market booming again and the housing market booming again. All
right. That means Fannie Mae's is going to be booming again. You had $3.7 billion net income in the first quarter. Obviously, you know the question. When will this government-sponsored enterprise relationship be severed? When will this go back to private hands? When can shareholders get a piece of the action?
Well, that's a hot debate, as you know. I would say that obviously the conservatorship shouldn't be forever. However, we need to make sure that it's done in a safe and sound manner if and when that were to be happen. Ultimately, that will be up to the president, and the Treasury Secretary and I work very well together on this matter. As you know, Treasury has many rights and privileges as a part of Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac. So if anything were to be done, Charles, it'll be done correctly. But right now we're focused on operational efficiencies and getting these bloated businesses to be actually run as well-run businesses because they should be American icons, and they'll be American icons once again.
Is it ultimately, Bill, something that the administration, that you guys have talked about, that ultimately, when it's right, that they can go out and they can be private again?
I don't think anybody thinks that conservatorship should be forever. However, obviously, we don't want there to be any interruption in the mortgage market. We need a safe and sound mortgage market, including making sure that there's not upward pressure on rates. And that's what we're laser focused on.
All right. Well, you've been in a short period of time. You're already doing a great job. Thanks a lot. We'll talk to you again real soon.
Good to see you, my friend.
All right.
Thank you.
Yep. So there you have it. That was Trump's director talking about, making, houses affordable again for us. So go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take?
I like that. Let's have home ownership once again, because a lot of people losing hope. I'm not gonna lie. For a very long time, I was looking at the interest rate when it comes to aspect of getting a home. It seemed like it was just at a standstill. It wasn't moving at all. So now it just seems like the home prices and everything is starting to go down just a little bit. It gives people a little bit more hope that you can be able to afford a home. So America, don't give up. If you're trying to live that American dream and have home ownership, it's coming. It's coming. Even though it may take a while. Dave Ramsey, shout out to him. He talks about that a lot. He always say that you always got to prepare for when is the right time to buy. And I think pretty soon, Hakeem and Jordan is gonna be the right time to buy, and we will be able to get that home that we always dreamed of. Go right ahead, Hakeem. Your thought.
For me, I'm gonna be honest with you. I wonder how they're gonna fix this, because the thing is, like, prices always goes up, but they never go all the way down. So we're at a point where we're not going to get 2008 prices. The houses are 400,000. So my question is, how are you going to make it affordable to purchase? And another issue is we have an income issue. A lot of people don't make enough money. So how none of us make over $40 an hour to afford a $400,000 house. So these are the two things I'm concerned of. Like, because I don't know if they're going to try to do tax breaks or force the prices to go down. Because a lot of people who buy houses want to make money on it. You
No,
held
but here's the thing: you may not be able to buy a house in Miami, but if you go up north Florida, you can buy yourself a house.
Yeah, you can. And man, I guess it's all about demographics of where people want to live at. I'm just a little bit worried how they're going to do this.
I think
Yeah.
the first thing. Well, I think the first thing they need to do is, how about you change up the federal minimum wage, which is still $7.25. It's been like that since 2009. So if you want to fix that, first of all, fix the federal minimum wage. If you want to fix that, okay, maybe there's a chance have people make more money and everything. Also, the second thing is, I agree with you. Hakeem, about what tax breaks we gonna get, especially when it comes to people that want to buy a house. I don't know if it's going to be for single people or a family of 4, 5, or 6 and everything. What are you going to do that people who are families that want to buy a house but they really can't afford anything like that, especially people that lives in cities that might want to move out to the suburbs and everything. It's just a lot of questions. I mean, I know there's a lot of grants out there, statewide and everything, but when it comes to federal, what are they going to do to help people get houses and everything? And that's what I'm looking for. So the director said, that they gonna work the best ways they can to, make people have the American dream about houses again. So right now I'm looking forward to it because, for me, I'm definitely looking for a house, in the next 4 or 5 years for sure. And is there anything they can do to help us get something and we can, get someone that's outside of Los Angeles? I'm down for it. So, but yeah, I'm kind of curious as to what they're going to do because it's like you said, Hakeem, you're right. Prices always go up; it never goes down.
That's a fact. Now that, but shout out to those who are right now watching us on Instagram. Shout out to Elora Mason right now watching us on Instagram. Shout out to King Booster also watching us on Instagram. And shout out to Yee also watching us on Instagram as well. Guys, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell right hand side so you never miss it when we go live. That being said, moving on to hip hop, hip hop, hip hop. One of my favorite topics, man. Go ahead, Jordan. What's going on when it comes to aspect of hip hop news?
Okay, let's get into it. So over the weekend, West Coast legend Warren G, he was on a podcast. I think it's called Ugly Money TV, and he talked about a time how he was a little bit frustrated on Snoop Dogg and Dr. Dre because at the time they was reporting at the Super Bowl. He was here in LA. They didn't get a chance to. He fessed his frustration on Snoop Dogg and Dre because they did not pick up the phone when they was performing at the Super Bowl. And he was saying that he just wanted to take his son to the backstage. He talked about at the time at the Super Bowl that he was frustrated at the time. So go ahead, I can play the clip, and then after that, we'll chop it up.
Kind of like feel like
a lot of it came through you.
Yeah, all of it came through me, like really. But even though right now, like Snoop and Dre get down and they doing things, and it's no diss to neither one of them or anything like that. But it's like y'all could call Warren to come do a cameo or come hang out or something. I don't want no money or nothing from nobody. Just call me to be around.
Did you get a ticket to the Super Bowl?
Hell no. Well, I got one, but it was through Snoop.
Okay.
But I was trying to get downstairs to get down in the back because I had my son with me, and he was home from the NFL. So I was like, I want to take my son down there so he could see Dre and see Snoop and everybody, because he hadn't seen him since he was in the NFL. So couldn't even get backstage. Nobody. I called everybody I knew. Nobody would answer their phones. I couldn't get backstage. None of that. I didn't give a about performing. I just wanted to take my son down there to see all my folks and see everybody, and
to show him what his daddy was a part of putting together and building.
Yeah, just to be around it,
because you can hear stories from Pop, but to actually see it, like, oh, my pop did this. Yeah. I mean, that would be, a proud moment for any father.
Yeah, and that's what I was on. And I didn't care about performing.
Yeah. Now this is crazy.
That's how Dre wanted it.
Yeah. No, this is crazy though.
And it still kind of like feel like
a lot of it came through you.
Yeah, all of it came through me. Like really.
Yeah. So at the time he was feeling like that. And a lot of people don't know. Warren G is a stepbrother for Dr. Dre. Just want to let you guys know. So go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take?
I didn't even know Warren G felt that way. To me, why waited so long to come out with it? He should have came out with that years ago. Because when they performed at the Super Bowl, how many years was that? Well, like 3 to 4 years ago?
About 3-4 years ago, yeah.
So if he felt that way, that it bothers you, you should have Ben came out there and addressed it. But it seemed like he don't have an issue with Snoop. It seemed like he just have an issue with Dre, Dr. Dre. So to me, if y'all like, that's your step by y'all family. To me, I should have been able to handle that in the back and find out, okay, what is the reason why I was not able to have access, pretty much access backstage. Like, what was the reason? Or did the NFL didn't want us back there? You could just, pick up the phone, but him not picking up the phone, that's very, very alarming. I don't know why he took so long to not address the issue and spoke about it now. That's my only thing. Go right ahead, King.
So look at this from the point. I don't know if he realized that they could be your family, they could be your friends. If they mess with you, you would have been up there right now. Even right now, he said that they don't call him. He said, "Call me so I could be around." Like when people got motion going on, and if they didn't really rock with you like that, they didn't really rock with you like that. You could see it throughout time. Who you still keep in contact with throughout your life? Do you call them? Do y'all see each other? Do y'all get up? Do y'all hang? You know what I mean? Stuff like that. So it's like the same thing I could say about Ron. Consistently, I've seen him over the years. I've spoke to him over the years. So it's like, okay, Mom, regardless, like he's done well in his life, got better jobs, and we still keep in contact. He still got the same friends, keep around them. Nothing really ever changed. So I don't know if Warren G has a 60 degree of separation to know that, Dave, you might not be their partners.
Yeah, exactly, Hakeem. It's like, like during the years, you get older, you talk to new people and you start talking to old people. So I just think, Dr. Dre, Warren G, I mean, maybe Warren G did something to Dre that they didn't like back in the past that we don't know about. And, even though, you guys might be family or anything, if he would have called, he would have picked up, you probably would have been there. So I just think there's some stuff Warren G has done to Dre, maybe something small, maybe something big, that they haven't really addressed that yet. And, hopefully maybe they could, have that conversation in the future and see if they can address it. But yeah. When it comes to, at that time, it comes to the Super Bowl, my thing is, it's like, why you could have called them, before the Super Bowl, Or if that was the case, Dr. J would have called you and said, "Hey, you know, you wanted to bring your son up here, you know, to the Super Bowl, watch backstage and everything." So I feel like Dr. J would do that. But if y'all was close like that, but I feel like that they're not really like that close. They're not really that close like they used to. And I feel like Warren G's not telling the full story. He just telling about that time. But I think there's a more of a full story that Warren G's not talking about. And that's why, you know, we're not, you know, seeing, you know, family talk to each other now and everything, because wherever it happened, it probably happened before 2021, which is the Super Bowl was seen in Los Angeles. So yeah, but I think it's something deeper of why, you know, Dre didn't pick up the phone to Warren G.
Yep. Not that, but shout out to also Abi Wody that's also in the building. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Shout out to Mr. Muhammad. Blessed be upon you. He said, yo, Mr. Muhammad, what's cracking like it? What's cracking like it? What is cracking like it? Y'all already know it's Fresh Start Monday. Time to deep dive to different variety of topics. Diddy trial has begun. Jordan, what's going on when it comes to the aspect of Diddy in the trial? You muted.
Today is the day. Today is the day. We finally been waiting for it. Diddy trial starts today. So it's pretty much today is his jury selection. And so, but Diddy Combs and there's a comment said he is a little nervous. They said that, you know, the prosecutors are all, I think where I'm reading it, they said the prosecutors is all white women from where I'm reading and everything. So right now, today is everything be setting up. I heard the judge is also, he's a younger guy too. So that's what I heard as well. But other than that, Hakeem, let's get into it. Go ahead and play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
Combs' federal trial. Prospective jurors are inside the courtroom now, along with Combs. Federal prosecutors allege he abused, threatened, and coerced women into prolonged, drug-fueled sexual orgies he called freak-offs, and then threatened them into silence. Diddy has denied the charges, but he's facing what could amount to a life sentence if convicted. Let's bring in ABC's Rena Roy outside that courthouse for more. Rena, what's the latest?
Yeah, well, Diane, we know from our teams inside the criminal courthouse here behind us that jury selection is officially underway. And the key, of course, we've been saying it all morning, that the key is to find jurors that can actually be unbiased and fair when weighing the evidence against Sean Diddy Combs. We know that several hundred prospective jurors, they've already filled out a written questionnaire. And from there, the judge will be asking follow-up questions. And we know that those questions will include things like their feelings about law enforcement personnel, hip-hop artists, and sexual assault victims that may prevent them from being partial. And they will also, of course, be asked about what exactly they know about this case. We know this case has been in the headlines for months. Most people know something about it. So, of course, they're going to be looking for somebody who can put what they know aside and really just focus on the facts of this trial here. And we know that they'll also be asked if they've gone through a traumatic event in the past that might make it difficult for them to hear some of the details from accusers on the stand.
Rena, any sense on how the defense plans to try to raise reasonable doubt in this trial?
Right. Well, from day one, they have maintained Sean Diddy Combs' innocence. They have flat out said he has done nothing wrong. Just days ago, he rejected a plea deal. He has pleaded not guilty to all of the charges against him. And they have said that all of these sexual encounters that we've heard about and that we'll, of course, hear more details about, that those were all consensual. They argue that the accusers in this case, they want to pay out.
And what about the prosecution, Rena? How are they trying to prove this case beyond a reasonable doubt?
So we know that several victims in this case are going to take the stand. Several of them have been unidentified in the indictment, and we know that singer and ex-girlfriend of Sean Diddy Combs, Cassie Ventura, is going to be a star witness for the prosecution. And also part of that part of the case is, of course, that 2016 video that was obtained by CNN. It shows Sean Diddy Combs beating and dragging Ventura through a Los Angeles hotel hallway. That, of course, made the rounds on social media. A lot of people had opinions about it. The jury will now get a chance to view that video.
All right, Rena Roy, thank you.
Yeah, people, so get your popcorn ready. Get your popcorn ready because we're definitely going to be finding they're definitely gonna be playing tapes with jurors once they get the juror selection started and everything, and it's gonna be something because Diddy pleds not guilty, so he's gonna fight his butt off. So go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take on the beginning of the trial?
No, the beginning of the trial is gonna be very, very interesting. Not only that, it's not gonna be televised. That's the only problem is it's not gonna be able to be televised. So the only way we'll get certain information is pretty much by the media. Because I think certain media is gonna be selected to be able to be in the courtroom to record everything and then post it online. So that's the only thing I don't like, that we're not gonna be able to see it and people not gonna have their own personal reaction. Now we just gonna base on whatever the media say. Do I think Diddy gonna overcome this trial? Yes. I think he's gonna come out victorious. I don't know why I feel this way or think this way. It's just because of lack of evidence. I don't think they have enough evidence to have a slam dunk case. So it's very interesting. Not only that, for them to pick a juror that's not even involved in the media. The problem is a lot of these jurors probably saw everything that was going on within the media. So that might hurt him, but I still think he's going to come out victorious. Go right ahead, Hakeem, your thoughts.
I agree with you the same thing. I think this is hearsay. I think that we're gonna, when we see the face in the cat, and they wouldn't be offering him a plea deal if he didn't really did anything. Like they just want him to convict for something. Like, and once he gets convicted, and if that's due, then you see the lawsuit starts coming in. You know what I mean? From each one, because that's how this works. But I do think he has the money to fight this case. He's gonna fight it. One thing he has best against him, there's not a lot of video footage of all the other accusers. And you know what I mean? A lot of it's just hearsay. So you know what I'm saying? Like I can't wait to see the deposition and the witness statements.
Yeah, for me, I mean, the biggest things for me is which type of tapes that the prosecutor has that they're gonna show to the jury and also to the people in the courtroom, or what's gonna go on. I can't wait for that because we're gonna be getting some juicy stuff from that. Also, the prosecutors, I mean, other than having bringing Cassie into the stand, who other witnesses is going to be in the stand too? Because I know that people, bloggers who's going to be in the courtroom, they're going to name the witnesses to come to testify against Diddy. So, but yeah, I think this is going to be this definitely going to be the trial of the trial of the year for sure. Maybe the trial of the it'll be the trial of the decade if he wins for sure. So I'm very, very interested in what's going to happen in this trial. Diddy does have a shot. He has some money. He has some really top-notch lawyers that will be defending him, and I know and I know the lawyers are going to fight their butt off to make sure Diddy's win this case. So it's I mean, at first I thought about, okay, he's going to lose, but the prosecutor, it's like I say, it depends on if the prosecutors doing a great job, and if they got if they have to be perfect in order to take Diddy down, and they do some mishaps and everything, and it lands to the defendants of Diddy's lawyers, then that could be a win. And also when it comes to the jurors and everything, even though they might be anonymous, I want to know, how the selection of jurors they're gonna pick too. So it's gonna be very, very interesting. Chaos Coach Rare, we definitely gonna be on the case and everything. We definitely gonna get our information from TMZ and also Lauren LaRosa. I saw that she will be in the courtroom.
Yeah, she will be in
from Breakfast Club. So I will be getting her updates from her and TMZ, and we definitely gonna be following this case. So can't wait to see what they're gonna get into it.
Now I have a shout out to Judge J that's also in the building. Next Level is also in the building. Shout out to the lovely Mimi, co-host of the Shiesty Avenger, who's also in the building. Guys, make sure you go over there and subscribe to Ashton Williams channel. They have a event coming on this weekend. Cuff or Curve. That's the name of the event. It starts at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. So guys, go over there and subscribe to the channel. It's going to be this weekend, May 10th. Go check it out, and somebody might get cuffed, or somebody might get curved. Now that, but shout out to go ahead. I can read Mr. Dollar comment. He wrote to you. Go right ahead.
He say, plus Mr. Dialogue covered this extensively on his channel.
Yeah, he did. Go subscribe to him as well.
They have a full motion of discovery under the 1962 Kennedy Act, which speaks to having 2 or more people writing statements on him, and they'll use this as evidence. Okay.
I believe it. And he told me he cannot buy the feds.
Buy the feds.
I know that. I know.
Yeah, you can't buy the feds. We know that. You can't buy the feds, but I think they probably have lack of evidence. That's what I think. That's what they're gonna base on. They're gonna go by hearsay, pretty much, to try to beat this case. Because let's really think about it. Did he really commit a crime? All he did was he only had his own sexual escapade.
Yeah, right. Freak offs.
I keep saying it. Shout out to everybody that's watching us right now in the building. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in on this Fresh Start Monday. Moving along to other trending news. Go right ahead, Jordan.
All right, let's get into it. So a lot of stuff happened over the weekend. So let's talk about this one. So this happened. What city is happening? This happened in Ohio, I believe. So there was a ATO kid who got shot by the police one day when he was driving. He was driving with his boys, and I guess the police were trying to chase him, and he got shot. And then the next day, his father got so upset that he got in the car and ran over a cop. Not the cop that shot him, just ran over a cop because of how he felt about his son got shot by the police. So go ahead, I can't play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
Thursday morning, Cincinnati officers tracked down a stolen vehicle.
As you know, we had a critical incident yesterday.
4 people get out and start running. In body cam footage released today, in just 6 seconds, police say 18-year-old Ryan Hinton aims his gun at officers. Police shoot and kill him. Today on MLK Drive, a deputy is working traffic control for UC graduation when a driver crashes into him.
There is a connection between these 2 incidents. The driver of today's vehicle that struck a deputy has a family relationship with the 18-year-old that we shot yesterday.
Chief, is the person who hit the deputy the father of the person who was shot yesterday?
Yes.
Hill condos Thursday morning, Cincinnati officers tracked down a stolen vehicle. Ryan Hinton's father, 38-year-old Rodney Hinton, is charged with aggravated murder in the deputy's death. He was taken to University Hospital in critical condition. Hours later, the Hamilton County Sheriff's deputy dies. The CPD homicide unit investigating both the death of the deputy killed today and the death of the 18-year-old shot by police.
I can assure you, as the chief of police for Cincinnati, I will ensure you transparency and a thorough and accurate investigation.
Ryan Hinton's father, 38-year-old Rodney Hinton, is charged with...
Yeah, so I know you guys saw this happen this weekend because this was big. This came out big, viral and everything. So I definitely want to hear from you guys. So go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take on this?
This is an unusual type of case. Of course, this something I never even unheard of. So at the end of the day, is this they gotta do a deep dive on this one, because even me, I'm still stunned by the aspect of it. Because when it came out, I was like, I thought it was a joke. It's not a joke at all. It's just crazy all around, and I think that's why it went crazy viral, is because of how crazy this incident was. Of course, an 18-year-old is no longer on this earth, and also a deputy. They got to deep dive. We got to look at the body cam. That body cam not showing everything. That body cam is pretty much going to show everything what truly transpired. But it's like, wow, even the father was also involved. So, I came your thoughts on this one. This was a crazy one.
First, I want to speak life, and I want to pray for the families of the deputy and the young man. 3 lives just lost. 3 lives. Now, this is a tough one, because an 18-year-old got unalived. We still don't know 100% what's going on. All we heard the deputy, he has a gun. In 6 seconds, he's put down. They said that he was on. I watched the body cam. I heard it. They said he was armed, but then I'm hearing reports that said he was not armed. The father said that serving life in prison or getting the death penalty is worse than not having to live without his son. So I'm very distraught about this. I don't know how to respond to this. All I can say, we can live in prayer. You know what I mean? But because if the kid had a gun, I don't know. Like you got to understand something. Police are trained to shoot in a center of mass.
Correct.
To extinguish the threat at all points. Like, you know what I mean? This is why it's important. Like, if they didn't run, or they just jumped out the car and laid on the floor, would they have died?
I would say the body cam is gonna show everything. That would say we gotta wait till the body cam fully come out. Then we can say, okay, how was the incident when it truly transpired? Because right now everything is bits and clips. That's why the chief of police said she gonna really look into this and see what truly transpired.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So there was, like I said, there was multiple police officers who was there at the incidents of the teenagers running. So that tells me it's not just one body cam. It's going to be multiple body cams and everything.
Yeah.
And also okay, the protocol and everything. You know, if the 18-year-old had the gun, okay, then did the police protocol, or he did not have the gun. So it's right there. It's a 50-50, you know. And then also the father in the situation is, you know, it's just, I know when he feel when he lose a child like that, he just saw red, and it just, to me, it's just not right. You know, you taking a deputy's life I'm with you guys. It's hard to say right now. We just really gotta go into details of really what happened, because, like I said, I've never seen anything like this before as well. Which the evidence is kind of up in the air. We really don't know anything to really say something right now. So, but yeah, prayers go out to the deputy, and prayers go out to the child that lost a life too. That's all we can say about that. Till we find some more information.
Now that, but let's go ahead and read some comment. Mr. Muhammad said it's sad. It is very sad, very, very sad. And Mr. Doll always say, "Why everything is a deep dive? Sound like a deep dish pizza." I was dying.
I seen that. I was trying to hold it in. I was
trying so hard not to laugh. And I was like, and now shout out to Killer Swag, that's also in the building. And now there's another guy from Twitch. He said, as a barber, I love this show. We give and we say it's a beard, bro. Oh, because I'm beard. I got like, I got the big one. I got it. Polar night. Hey, y'all wilding out. Y'all wilding out in the chat today, man. Y'all tripping, man. Like, share, subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification button on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate you guys tuning in on this Fresh Start Monday. And now that, shout out to Big Brandon 305 watching us on Instagram as well. Not that, but shout out to the over 100 people watching us right now all across the board. Thank you guys so much for tuning in on this Fresh Start Monday. That's a great way to tune in. KI Culture Radio. That's how we do it, baby. That's how we do it. Wait a minute, Jordan. A Florida man arrested for having 3 wives?
Yes, that's how I want to get to. So this is a weird story. Another weird story. So let's get into, and it's going to the state of Florida. So a Florida man was arrested for having 3 wives in 3 different counties after using.
It wasn't Hakeem.
After wasn't Hakeem. For using them as scamming, for using them as a scam. So go ahead, Hakeem, play this.
You sure it wasn't Hakeem?
No.
Charges for marrying 3 Florida women in 3 different counties at the same time. Tonight, those women are speaking out, saying the system that handles marriage licenses kept them in the dark.
there are no safeguards. And that, I feel like that's part of where the system failed.
He took each one of us to a county over to get married in.
If the counties did talk, that would have saved me a lot of heartache, a lot of money, a lot of stress.
I-Team investigator Adam Walser breaks down how this could happen at a time when online records can be viewed with a few clicks of a mouse.
A wedding usually signifies a lifetime commitment between two people embarking on life's journey. But these three Florida women learned they were on the same journey with Henry Betsy Jr. at the same time. This is Henry's mugshot, which is the most recent and clear picture we have of him. Michelle married Henry in Hernando County in November 2022.
I met him on Match.com. We met in early November.
How soon did you marry Henry?
It was very short. It was very soon. It was within about 3 weeks span.
Henry was still married to Brandy, who married him in Manatee County that February. Brandy asked us not to show her face to protect her job.
I met him on a dating app. The first time I'd ever got on a dating app. He said all the right things.
When Brandy married Henry, he was still married to Tanya, who obtained a marriage license in Gadsden County in November 2020. Tanya asked us to blur her face because she's a domestic violence survivor.
You know, meeting him on a dating site and the way he portrayed himself, he sold the perfect person when in reality he was none of those things.
I, Mr. Betsy, raise your right hand. You solemnly swear to affirm any testimony you are giving the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Yes, sir.
Michelle gave us cell phone videos of court hearings. Henry Betsy Jr. was arrested for felony bigamy last year after Tanya figured out she wasn't his only wife.
I just started county by county putting his name in, and that's when I came up with the marriage to Michelle and the marriage to Brandy.
She found me and she messaged me, and I had no idea that she was actually still married to him.
I'm just looking because it's so bizarre. We never get discharged.
The wives say marrying Henry was easy.
You go to the records division, you apply for a marriage license, they take your information, they take a copy of your photo ID, and we got married right there at the courthouse. No questions asked. There was nothing that was flagged in the system for him having already two prior open marriage license.
I did the paperwork and got married all within 15 minutes.
Wow. In Pinellas County, 2,000 people get married at courthouses each year. There is a 72-hour waiting period for Florida residents, but that can be waived by a judge, and there is no required wait for people from other states. Pinellas County Clerk Kim Burke says Florida makes it easy to get married because the state is a big wedding destination.
Does it surprise you that someone was able to be married to three different people in three different Florida counties at the same time?
Well, it does surprise me, but unfortunately there's not really safeguards to find that out.
Burke says marriage applications are based on the honor system.
They swear that the information on the application is correct. And one of the things they have to show is that if they were married previously, how did the marriage end? Either was death, divorce, or annulment.
But licenses and marriage certificates aren't compared to documents in other counties when they're sent to the state.
Because if there were safeguards in place and there was cross-referencing on different counties here in the state of Florida, none of this would have ever happened.
His wives, who met Henry on Match, Tinder, and Stir, recently found his profile on another dating site while he was still legally married to them.
Looking for a beautiful woman that understands the ups and downs of life, is trustworthy, and no games.
His wives say they later came to believe their marriages had more to do with money than love.
The day we got married, he was like, well, we need to make your bank account a joint bank account.
We were either divorced or about to be divorced, maybe coming into something.
Child support, alimony, anything that comes with, the extra perks of marrying a newly single divorced woman.
So he hit the jackpot here.
He did, 100%.
Henry's financial situation appears to have taken a turn for the worst.
Do you have any source of income presently?
No, at the moment, sir.
Do you have any money in the bank?
No, sir.
Michelle and Tanya say they escaped their marriage and obtained domestic violence orders after Henry became abusive. Brandy says she kicked Henry out of her house after just 5 days of marriage. Henry finally filed for divorce from Tanya following his arrest and is now seeking annulment for his marriages to Michelle and Brandy.
Do you think there's any need to do anything else to prevent this type of thing?
I just think it's too hard. I mean, as much as we have records and so forth, People are very transient. You can get divorced in another state.
Henry's wives are hoping he'll be convicted and spend time behind bars.
It's a potential that he may just walk away with probation, and that's what's really hurtful, is there's no accountability. There's nothing that is going to stop him from doing this again.
Henry Betsy Jr. has pleaded not guilty to the felony bigamy charge and has another court hearing later this month. We reached out to him, but he declined through his attorney to comment. A My Team investigator.
Yeah, that's how they're going to get him.
Wow, they giving out marriage people like that in Florida, huh? Wow.
Yeah. That was I didn't know that, but but Florida's a state where they do Hakeem can talk about it too. They do highly promote people to get married.
Yeah. It's like
that's why it's not common. Like, but to me, this is like a very interesting case because he married different women from 3 different counties, and for Florida State not to pick that up was very alarming. But I'm not gonna lie, the women, are they victim in this situation? No, because at the end of the day, they were looking for love. The man was charming, and he got him. And it shows you how quickly women are really looking to settle down. They're not trying to be the man for a very long time, which is a good thing. It's not about that. It's actually a good thing that women are really looking to settle down. They're like, hey, we're trying to look for love. We don't got a lot of long time on this earth. Let's go ahead and get married quickly. And mind you, Hakeem and Jordan, they didn't even plan a wedding. They went to the courthouse, got it done, and move on. I think as you get older, I think your mind cares less and less about weddings. Your mind just focus on, let's just go to the courthouse, let's get it done, and let's just move forward. But for him to get married in 3 different states, 3 different counties, to me, that's very, man, he was good. He was good. Go ahead, Hakeem, your thoughts.
I'm asking, like, that man was physically fit, 6 foot tall, and a mouthpiece that can die for it. So I'm like,
and you got white women too. That made it worse.
All Becky's. Oh,
you couldn't do that. You couldn't do that to a black woman. Black woman would do investigation.
Listen,
do their research.
A black woman would have been searched your name and would have been asking.
Yeah, in Google, they would have found it in Google. Yeah,
you from New York? What part of New York you from? They would have been under the background check.
But they were like more older women. They was older in class.
Yeah. Except for the girl with the glasses. The girl looked like she was in her 30s or maybe early 40s.
Yeah. I know you're talking about. Yeah. Go ahead.
I'm amazed. Shoot. I mean, thanks for the information. They do like that. Like, y'all give away driver's license in Florida. Shoot, that's crazy. Yeah. But I feel like the guy, he's he knows what to do. He's a big time scammer, so he's gonna do it again. He might. I don't know. He's in northern Florida. Maybe he's gonna move himself to central Florida and start doing it again. And then after that, he's gonna move to South Florida and start doing stuff again. So. I heard one of the marriages he tried to get divorced. He tried to get alimony ASAP. So this charge is trying to get money from this the women that he tried to divorce. He's trying to get money so you don't have to work again and jump into another marriage and everything. So I won't be surprised if we talk about this guy again in the next six months to a year because one of the ex-wives say he might get off with probation. If you get off of probation, I guarantee you, he definitely gonna look for another wife. So, women out there who be on these dating apps, look out for this man. He might change his name or he might use an AI version on him. But hey, if y'all seen this story, watch out for this man.
It is. Like, share, subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Shout out to everybody that's watching us all across the board. We really do greatly appreciate you guys for tuning in on this fresh start Monday. Moving on to more trending news. Jordan, Donald Trump not doing the 3rd term?
Yeah, so over the weekend, there was rumors that he might try to find a way to go into a 3rd term, but this weekend he say, you know what, this is something that I'm not interested in doing. So go ahead, I can't play the clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
Trump 2028.
Yeah.
Are you seriously considering a 3rd term, Mr. President, even though it's prohibited by the Constitution, or is this about staying politically viable?
I will say this. So many people want me to do it. I have never had requests so strong as that. but it's something that, to the best of my knowledge, you're not allowed to do. I don't know if that's constitutional that they're not allowing you to do it or anything else, but there are many people selling the 2028 hat. But this is not something I'm looking to do. I'm looking to have 4 great years and turn it over to somebody, ideally a great Republican, to carry it forward. But I think we're going to have 4 years, and I think 4 years is plenty of time to do something really spectacular.
The Constitution does prohibit it. Some of your allies are pretty serious about this, though, Mr. President. I've spoken to them. They say they are coming up with potential ways.
Well,
obviously, the biggest one would be a constitutional amendment.
That's because they like the job I'm doing, and it's a compliment.
Has anyone in an official capacity presented you with, sir, here are some ideas by which you could actually get a constitutional amendment?
Well, in the capacity of being a big supporter, many people have said different things, but I'm not looking at that.
The Trump organization is selling hats that say Trump 2020.
So yeah, Trump will be too old to go for his third time. Let's be honest, he definitely be too old. So he kind of realized that. So go ahead, Roddy, man. What's your take?
They pushing for it. They're pushing for it. Will he do it? I think, like you said, Jordan, he's up there in age, but I think he liked the idea of it. His ego loved the idea of him doing a third term because the only one that did it was Roosevelt. That was the only one. So for him to like do that, and especially in this time, in this decade, will be amazing. It will literally go down in history. The only way it's possible for him to get a third term if the Democratic Party don't have a candidate. Everybody that's trying to run for president don't fit that niche of being president. And not only that, if the economy and everything is running the way is like everybody's prospering all across the board, he would get that third term. But I don't see it happening, especially when it comes to aspect of the Constitution. Nah. Go ahead, Akin. Your thoughts.
You want to know something? Granddad, he's done what he has to do. You feel what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I just think it's time for him to, after this, to sit this one out and get somebody young. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And people want to understand, like, democracy prevents things like this. And this is the reason why we got what's going on in Africa, where these leaders are leaders for 30 years, 40 years. Look at Cameroon, Paul Biya. He's the president. He doesn't even live in Africa. He doesn't even live in Cameroon. He lives in France somewhere, running the country to the ground. So we have these mechanisms, democracy and the Constitution, to put in place where we can't have tyrants. Thanks to the Greeks, we got democracy from the Greeks because they even know without certain mechanics in them, we'll go wild.
Yeah, absolutely. And it did seem like the same face more than 8 years. Well, if you want more than 8 years or something like that, I'm with you. I can't. It'll be too much. Do your 4 years, and then after that, I don't know if you will have JD Vance run for next time for 2028 or somebody else, but yeah, like I said, we had old president from Trump to Biden and to Trump, and I'm ready for some a younger president that's in his 50s or something like that to run, man or woman, whatever. I think it's about that time. So Trump, do what you need to do, and then after that, it's going to be fresh new faces from the Democrat, Republic, or Independent who's going to run for president in 2028.
But they are pushing in for the idea. They are. Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side so you never miss it when we go live. Parking lady, Jordan gave a police cop a ticket.
Now this is funny, y'all. Y'all gonna laugh on this. So there was a cop car who parked, didn't have the lights on. He parked illegally. So the lady, saw the cop car and did her job and gave the officer a ticket because he parked it illegally and his light wasn't on. Simple as that. So go ahead, Hakeem, play the clip, and after that we're gonna chop it up.
I'm giving you a ticket.
For what?
For one, you parked illegally, and two, your lights aren't on.
You can clearly see I'm a police officer. I'm here on official police business.
What does that mean?
Because I'm on police business. I can park wherever I want.
No, you're parked illegally.
I'm not
You don't
parked
have your
illegally.
lights on. How are you at a call? Your lights aren't on.
They don't always need to be on.
When did that happen?
Why would my lights need to be on? For me to be
Because
able to
you
park where I want?
said you were at a call. You
So
were
I'm
on
on
a
official
call.
police business.
No,
Don't
you
put words
just
into my mouth.
no. You said you got a call.
I said I was on official police business.
Oh, what does that mean?
Exactly what I said. Official police business.
Okay, sir. Just let me do my job, okay?
You're not giving me a ticket.
Yes, I am.
You're not. You can't do. I'm clearly a police officer. We're on the same side.
You're parked illegally. That does not give you a right because you're a police officer to park illegally.
Ma'am, I was on official police business.
I understand what you're saying, but you are parked illegally. Your lights are on. When you're at official police business, your lights are supposed to be on.
Look, I get this little power trip you're on. I don't know what you went through
I'm
or
just
what
doing my
got
job.
you here. Now that you have this little bit of power, you think you can exercise it on me? But I promise you're exercising it on the wrong person.
I'm just doing my job.
You're not doing your job. If you were doing your job, you would have left the police car alone. Clearly, I'm a police officer. Clearly, this is a police car. You have no reason to be issuing me a ticket.
Okay. You're getting a ticket. Anything else I can do for you?
Oh, there's a lot that's going to transpire from this. I promise.
Okay, sir. I'm giving you a ticket.
For what?
So this happened in Florida. I don't know what city this happened in. Florida. This is Florida for sure. So go ahead, Roddy, man. This is funny, man. What's your take?
See, that can't happen in Texas, in California, in Florida. Out of all, I'm not gonna. I think she new to the job, or she power tripping. Probably, you know why? Probably an officer get her a ticket, so she back like I don't know. I think they. Is this even real? This is real? Oh, Jordan.
Yeah, this is real. This is no. Yes, this is real.
She could end up losing her job for that. You know what I mean? So he's gonna report that because you can't give like officer. They always say they're not above the law. They are in some cases. So I think she probably just made a mistake, and especially if you're an undercover cop too as well. Like, no, go right ahead. I keep your thoughts.
Hey man, I think one thing is this: if you heard her spoke like that, that's training. She followed her training the way she was trained. If you parked illegally, everybody's not above the law. She stood on business. That's all really I could say.
Yeah, obviously, I don't care if you're a police officer, a firefighter, you're an FBI agent, you're the president of the United States. If you park illegally, according to the protocol, I believe she's very well trained of. If, like I said, she had the lights on and everything, you getting a ticket. And a lot of these parking people, especially ladies and gentlemen, if they see you parking illegally, they gonna write you a ticket. And it don't matter. They don't want to hear all that type of stuff. I'm doing my job. You are going to get a ticket. Period. That's all I got to say.
Oh, she doing her job, but at the same time, I ain't losing no point on this one. We already know, man. The police is above the law, man. Y'all should know this already. This is nothing like new. Come on, man. They it's rarely you see a police be held accountable for certain things they do, especially when it comes to aspect on these streets. Like I can't enjoy. Y'all know this already. Come on now. You from Miami? Some of y'all from Detroit, like Jordan from Detroit, so like they get away with a lot of things. It's just, that's how it is, man.
Yeah.
Moving on. Last topic on today's show: Paul Pierce on marriage.
Yeah. So Paul Pierce went back viral again, and he's talking about how marriage is really for poor people, and it's not really for the rich people. So go ahead, I can't play this clip, and after that, we'll chop it up.
I'm saying, like, because I feel like every relationship shouldn't be based off sex, but every relationship is based off of that.
I don't think so.
100%. You can't tell me nothing different. This is what I feel, and that's why I'll never be in another relationship because it's always based off of that.
So you're not going to be in another relationship?
Hell no. For what? Because it's going to be based off the sex. Once that wear down, you're going to go find somebody else that's better. Yeah. It ain't going to be based off of. This is the thing, and listen carefully.
I'm
listen
listening.
carefully.
I'm listening.
Relationships. Let me tell you what marriage is all about. Or let me tell you what marriage is and who's marriage for. Marriage is for old people and poor people.
Wow.
Okay, so let's get into that. Why?
Because when you broke, our parents, like my moms and all them, they married on a merit of like, okay, we're gonna put our incomes together, have all these kids, and then when our kids, we're gonna have 5, 10 kids back in the 60s, all them, they're gonna have 5, 10 kids so they can work and bring income.
Yeah.
So you poor. So you married for that. And now when you get old, somebody that to be by your side to take care of you. Right now, my mom got married. My mom never been married in my lifetime. She got married when she was 70.
Wow.
It was perfect. She had somebody by her side the whole way through.
So do you?
I really believe that. Like that's what. Like outside of that, it's no advantage to a man. Why is marriage advantage? What advantage? What does it do for a man when things go south? Like we gonna have to give up half our this, pay child support, pay. But what do the? It's only advantageous to a woman. Like it's real talk.
But what if you meet a woman and you're like, wow, she's a gem, she's valuable,
We
she's
could be
everything, and I
together.
want to lock her down in marriage?
I don't want to lock no woman down. We could be cool
So you're telling me right now today,
today.
you on January 4th, you do not want to be in a relationship ever again?
I don't think it's realistic long term until I turn 70.
I am done. I've never been more done with a motherfucker.
I'm 47 right now. Until I turn 70, that's the only realistic part I see is because we both old. We ain't out in the streets. We at home watching TV. You go take me to the hospital. I'm going to take you to the hospital. That's it. But right now, I'm too cracking right now. So what I need to
Is
do
it
all that
because you
for?
feel like you
What I
have?
need to do all that for? You know what
Okay, Mr. Paul Pierce. All right, Mr. Paul Pierce. Go ahead, Ronnie, man. What's your take?
Yeah, he made a lot of good points. Back then, people did value marriage, but now in this day and age, a lot of people don't value marriage as they used to not anymore, which is the strange things in the world. That was it. We got to bring the value of marriage back. We have to have more conversation, so we can have that. So we can have that whole aspect when it comes to marriage. But his grandparent is a prime example. They've been together so much in the mud. Keep the mud going. Go ahead, Hakeem. Your thoughts.
There's a famous quote by a guy I met in the ghetto one time. He sounds smart to a dumb nigga. The fuck he talking about? This is the problem. We can't listen to dudes like that. You listen. We've been in union for generations. Yes. If people say they're Christian, there's always a covenant. There's always a union of marriage. Some people were not even feminist mindsets, and men are even worse at 100%. The fabric of marriage has been broken down. You're all right, Ronnie, on both ends, on men and women. Yes, they don't value marriage. But the problem is, regardless of how anybody say, men still benefit by being married when it's done the right way. Women benefit from marriage when it's done the right way. Statistically, we live longer. You get promotions based on your being married. People look at you differently. People do business with people who are married. Because if you have the wherewithal to stay in a commitment that long, that means that you won't run out on business. And that's just my opinion.
Okay, I'm going to just name a few players. There's an NBA right now who are married and they make tons of money, not just for basketball, but off of endorsement deals. Let's talk about LeBron James. He's been with his wife since he was 20. And look at how, and then now, he's been the face of the NBA for 20 plus years. And ever since he was married, he got a lifetime deal with Nike. He's a billionaire. Let's talk about Steph Curry. He's been married to his wife Aisha for a long time. They call him the babyface in the NBA, and he got a lot of endorsement deals as well and everything. So when you get married, I'm just naming type players that Paul Pierce played against. So when it comes to athletes who are getting married and everything, like a Patrick Mahomes, he's been married to his wife and everything. They put you into a higher pedestal of putting you being the face of their league, which is football, baseball, basketball, whatever. You know, they like doing that because when they see that, you know, you're married and everything, they see that you have a structure of yourself, of, you know, that you have a family and everything, and it shows, and it pushes you into, you know, different type of stuff that you can get that a lot of people like, again, the advantages of people that are single that they don't get and everything. So there are definitely some advantages. If you're married, you will get a little bit more than you are single. So what the hell Paul P was talking about, I was like, I mean, I get what he's saying. A lot of people don't value that, but there are still a lot of benefits if you are married that you can still get than when you are single.
Like, share, and subscribe, guys. Don't forget to hit that notification bell on the right-hand side. Remember to click all, because we do go live each and every day at 7 o'clock Eastern time. Like always, thank you guys so much for tuning in on this Fresh Start Monday. Shout out to Mr. Darlaw that's in the building. Guys, make sure you go over there and subscribe to his channel. He got some dope content. When I mean dope content, especially when it comes to aspect of the P. Diddy and also the trial and also the Bad Boys record. They need to go and check it out. Now that, but shout out to the lovely Jess J. Thank you, Jess J, so much for promoting our stuff. We really do greatly appreciate you. We saw you was promoting, you was going in hard. We need to have you up here and be the hype man. They call me the hype man. Shout out to the lovely Bobby Brown. She said, I love you all. We love you too, Bobby Brown. Thank you so much for tuning in on the KI Culture Radio Fresh Start Monday. Shout out to Albie Wody, that was also in the building. Shout out to the lovely Mimi, that was also in the building, co-host of the Shiesty Avenger. Guys, remember, they have a great show that's about to get ready to drop May 10, not March, May 10 at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8:30 Eastern Time. So, guys, you guys don't want to miss this event. This is Cuff or Curve. Check it out. It's going to be really, really dope. Y'all go and check it out, especially with his with her co-host, Acid, creator of the Shiesty Avenger. They will be doing a great, great commentary. So, guys, you don't want to miss that dating show. Go ahead and check it out. Shout out to the lovely Bobby. Barry White was also in the building as well. Thank you so much, Bobby, for being here. And also Barry White. Thank you so much, Barry White, for being here as well. Mr. Muhammad, blessed be upon you. Thank you so much, Big Dog, for being here. We really do greatly appreciate you. We're moving along. We had a lot of people here today. Shout out to those on Instagram. Shout out to Elora Mason. Hey,
Elora. Shout out to Elora Mason.
Shout out to King Rooster watching us on Instagram. Shout out to Shay. Hey, Shay, watching us on Instagram. She says she is back. Guys, she is back. Shout out to Big Brandon 305 watching us on Instagram. And also shout out to Yee watching us on Instagram. Shout out to over 120 people watching us right now on all the platforms. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Guys, it's so very important. You go to KL Culture Radio description, in the description, where you can find the KL Culture Radio store, where we have the KL Culture Radio merch, the KL Culture Radio t-shirt, the hat, the coffee mug, you name it. It's all in the KL Culture Radio store. The link is in the chat and also in the description. Guys, make sure to go to KL Culture Radio community tab. In the community tab, where you can find Prince Hakeem new book, Raising Kings, out now. Hakeem, very quickly, talk about the book. Let people know, because we got over 100 people watching us. Go right ahead, big dog.
Hey, thanks to Just Jay. Just Jay put it in the comments. It's about raising black boys. Something that's dear to my heart, philanthropy. I'm trying to, my goal in life, I get into position is to help young black men gather through life. So it's a beautiful read. Pick it up, get your copy, and you'll love it.
Now that Kawafi, he said call him Mr. Kawafi, but not Mr. Dialogue. Everybody gonna know you as Mr. Dialogue, so you might as well just keep the name. Kawafi is your original name, but Mr. Dialogue, everybody gonna know like, hey, where Mr. Dialogue at? And just say DJ Ronnie Ross is in the building. Now that also in the community where you can find Broadway Fab new album out now. So guys, make sure you go check it out. Remember the QR code is in the back. Soon it's gonna leave you guys an album. And also his first single music video is a small clip. It is out. Hakeem, show the guys the clip, man. Go ahead, man. Show the guys the clip.
Let me pull that up.
It's on YouTube, so It's there on YouTube. So
Yeah.
it's on the short. So guys, check it out. But the whole record, the whole video is gonna be out soon. When that's gonna drop? I can't. Do you know?
It should drop maybe later on tonight.
Okay. Why are you so nervous, man?
You know, I'm a nervous guy.
Even Jordan laughing. Like, why are you so nervous? How you gonna be an artist and you nervous?
I'm a nervous guy. You know what I mean? So
there you go, guys. It's out. At least later on tonight.
Please don't talk no junk, you might die tonight. Daddy told me better go out there and get it. Have a plan, if a man don't work, that nigga finish. Waste your time on the block, smoking swishes with my niggas. If you tryna clock some figures, better you focus on your business. Hit that block, run the checkup, better do it in the quickness. Before the fair's raised and you asking God forgiveness, we can party all night. Homie, please pass the Guinness. Tryna bag me some chickens. I'm a rapper up for Christmas and I shine so bright. Watch these haters catch the sickness,
we been like
a boss player. Haters taking pictures, and I tell you, watch these hoes. It's a motto, not a scripture. If you talking on the bones, best believe they come and get you. Do it all night, I could do it all night. Go ahead, Mr. Syrup with the dirty Sprite. Do it all night, I could do it all night. Little mama trying to cut, I'ma beat it right. Do it all night, I could do it all night. You trying to get your money, get your hustle right. Do it all. Please don't talk no junk.
Y'all go check it out. The short is out now, but like Hakeem said, later on, probably tonight or later on this week, the music video will draw and we will premiere it here on the show. So you all be able to look out for that. Hakeem nervous. He's like blushing. How you be nervous? That's your own masterpiece.
Thank you. Don't get me wrong. And listen, it's the first video. I didn't get the lighting right, but the next videos y'all gonna like it.
Awesome. Like always, thank you guys so much for tuning in to Fresh Start Monday. Oh, and also, we will not be going live tomorrow because we got something that came up, but we will resume on Wednesday. But guys, be on the lookout for that. And we'll also put in the community to let people know, but we will not be going live tomorrow. But we will still drop content the whole day like we normally do. So y'all be on the lookout for that. Like always, thank you guys for tuning in for First Start Monday. We over and out.
Peace.
Peace.